She's always been so healthy and so happy, and so when I took her in for what I thought was dehydration and the flu, and it ended up being leukemia, I mean, what kind of parent expects that, you know?
At 24 weeks, they told me that he had a cleft in palate, and then he was missing the smaller bone in his legs. And that's all they told us at that point. But then when the baby was born, he also has cleft fingers, they're webbed fingers, and dislocated hips.
They told us to take Bryce to the ER. So my oldest son, Riley, is 14, and he called me. We was just saying leukemia back and forth. Yes, it's treatable. He said to me, "Mom, is leukemia cancer?" And I said, "Yes, it is." And that impacted him.
At 20 weeks, we saw that something was going different than we would have liked, and we weren't sure what. We didn't know that Kaylee was going to be as sick as she was. She had ventriculomegaly while she was in utero, where the vents in her brain were enlarged. We were told that it was going to be easy fix. She was born and it could be hydrocephalus, which means pressure on the brain. We put a shunt in and we go home, and there you go, we enjoy our little girl. But she was born, she had failure to thrive. She was floppy and could not breathe on her own, and very, very sick, and they didn't know why, and kind of prepare for the worst, hope for the best type situation.
It was kind of a blur that first month because we were so tired and we had no idea what the heck was going on, and Harper was just miserable. She would just lay there all the time, and that was not like her because she's so playful.
Sitting in that clinic there, it was just about surreal. Like, when I think back, it sounded to me like they were talking about somebody else's child. It took for a while for it to sink in. This is my child they're talking about.
When we came here to meet the baby 2 days after, we could not afford to stay at a hotel room for the period of time they told us he was going to be here for 2 months.
Everything tells you from your body saying they should be right here, they should be with me, I should be able to see them, I should be going home with them. And when you don't get that, it does rock your world. And an establishment like this, like I don't know how moms did it, to be honest, before the Ronald McDonald House was here.
If I need to go somewhere to relax, I can come here versus driving, whether it's 45 minutes to Coeur d'Alene or 2 hours to see my family. I feel comfortable staying here at night when she's at the hospital because I know that I'm close. I don't know what the other families do that aren't staying here.
Oh, I needed it. I eventually really needed it. So one of us came here and stayed here every night. Okay, that part was just convenient. He had to be within 20 minutes of the hospital. You won't want to be in a motel, locked up in a room all day long with a sick baby. Nope, that won't work. So the Ronald McDonald House wasn't only convenient then, it was necessary.
You come here and you're coming to a home, and you meet in the kitchen, and you get to swap stories, and you get to connect, and you can't get that really anywhere.
It's a lot more than you could ever imagine. It's not just a bed, it's a home. It becomes your home. You could do your laundry here, all of these amenities that you wouldn't have anywhere else. Even if you stayed at a hotel, you wouldn't have that luxury of being able to, save some money because you're able to cook, or have the volunteers that come and cook for us.
Really, I did not expect the amount of support that we would get here. I mean, I figured, okay, it's a place to stay where we won't have to worry about finances, but it's so much more than just the financial part. Like I said, it's the emotional support. It's the friendliness of the staff that works here.
If anything were to happen, you get that dreaded phone call in the middle of the night and that something's going wrong and you have to be there and you don't have to drive over an hour away and hope that, that gut-wrenching hour drive, what if, is she still okay? Is she doing better? Gosh, why am I an hour away? Why couldn't I have been closer? That's the Ronald McDonald House, I'm 5 minutes away, I'll be right there.
Even now, when I come here, it feels like home. When I walk through the front doors, I get greeted by all those ladies out there. And they all know Bryce. And Bryce knows them. He gives them a smile. So that's a big plus too.
They've completely changed what my mentality was of this experience was going to be like.
It's like in the cartoons when they get trapped in the cave, like all the rocks fall down around them and then there's like the little cracks of light through the cracks in the rocks. Like the Ronald McDonald House and the people here they're one of those cracks of light.
It's not easy being a mother of a sick child. And it's not easy for anybody. So having this house here at this time in your life, which you never know when it's gonna come, it is awesome.